Shalom, and welcome to another in our series of podcasts from Temple Beth, a dynamic center for conservative Judaism in Los Angeles. This is a recording of a Shabbat sermon with Rabbi Rebecca Schatz.
Sitting at the school opening lunch on Thursday afternoon, I heard from one of our veteran teachers that she thought she was ready and relaxed and rejuvenated to begin a new school year. And then she arrived on Monday morning and needed yet another summer break. I'm positive this is not a unique feeling to those who have taken meaningful breaks this summer. But it did make me think about the idea and the feeling of rest. Is it just after a good night's sleep that we feel totally rested? Do we only feel rested if we have been able to put our routine schedules and lives to the side to dedicate time and attention to something else? Can we feel rested after hiking a beautiful trail or taking a difficult but restorative yoga class? Is rest only connected to clear-headed and energized for the next thing, or is rest truly a sense of comfort and safety? There are many nights where I get a full night's sleep and I wake up to too many emails or stressful texts, and all of a sudden it's as if I was up all night and I haven't slept a wink. My body is rested, my brain was turned off, but now I feel exhausted and anxious. In this week's Parsha, we come across the retelling of our people walking through the wilderness and not yet in the land that God is giving to them. In chapter 12, verse 8, we read, "You shall not act in the new land as we act here, each of us as we please." And then verse 9 says, "Ki lo vatem ad ata el hamenucha ve'el hanachala asher Adonai Elohecha noten lach." Because you have not yet come until now to this specific location of rest or to the inheritance that God is giving you. God has assigned for us a location of rest, but it is really a place of comfort or ease. Menucha in the camp world refers to that hour or so of rest time after lunch and before our activities resume. But when we use the word menucha towards a feeling, it is often describing comfort. Like Shabbat Nachamu, which we just had after Tisha B'Av, the Shabbat of comfort after focusing on a time of destruction for our people. So comfort isn't about luxury or 5-star hotel accommodations in the place they're going. It's about knowing that the people are arriving somewhere, they are expected, and they should feel comfortable because they are wanted. Ibn Ezra comments that menucha literally means so that they and their children do not have to travel. Coming home from a vacation, even if it was beautiful and wonderful, to hopefully a home, a community, a family, maybe even a pet that you missed. That is menucha. You may have been rejuvenated by being away, but arriving back to people in a place that you know and feel comfort, that is rest. So I hope each of you is sleeping well every night and moving your bodies to remain healthy and relaxed and finding ways to soften your minds and hearts to release stress and anxiety. However, I would imagine that the world around each of us is not reminding us of a place of menucha. That's not a political statement. It's just merely a fact of 21st century chaos and noise. This is not new to our existence, but in my lifetime, it is certainly becoming more prevalent and disruptive. The places we are coming home to from vacation may feel broken or tense or full of war or thinking of hostages, which then brings worry and frustration and anxiety and thoughts of their comfort. Those unhoused in our city, hungry, living without safety, some suffering from mental health challenges without help, oppression, divisive conversation, illness, questions of justice, and fear of our unknown. That's just a short list. And I didn't share that list to take away your rest on Shabbat. I shared the list to remind us all that comfort is what we are missing, safety and security, not rest. This verse, "Ki lo vatem ad ata el hamenucha," can also translate to when or because you have not come to find up until this point the comfort that God has promised that we would receive. And that translation makes me believe that it's actually up to us to create the comfort not just to expect it. Finding comfort in our lives today might mean putting down the news to focus on playing with a child. Finding comfort today might mean taking a moment to go on a hike and appreciate the nature created for us rather than the man-made structures surrounding our daily grind. Finding comfort might mean setting our phones and TVs aside one day a week, Shabbat's good, to be with the people who might make us feel most at ease. We find comfort when we are able to feel safe and cared for. And for some of us, when we are able to help others feel safe and cared about. I read recently that when you are around the people you love most, you become most tired. Scientifically, this is true because your bodies produce oxytocin, promoting calmness and better sleep. This is because of emotional safety and trust, and therefore a reduction in stress and high cortisol. I am not a doctor, but I would say that this is proof enough that we need to find more time for our loved ones in front of us. Levi shared that we are not supposed to change the laws and ideas that God has given us, but I'm going to comment on God's words and leave you all with a blessing that hopefully changes the way you think about God's words. And I hope that's okay, Levi. The Das Kenim shares that the rest, the menucha, is the rest that God will provide for the people when they are in the land. I disagree, as you have heard, and hope that you will all come to believe in the action that I know it takes to find that comfort. We are each of us blessed with people and things that make us comfortable. But what are we doing? What am I doing to help create a community, a city, a country, a world of comfort? What are we doing to make sure that the people feel that they can go on vacation and come back to loved ones and homes and communities that help them sleep at night? May you find rest this Shabbat, and may you use the days of the week to continue helping us enter into a land of menucha, of comfort for all.
You've been listening to another in our series of podcasts from Temple Beth Am, a dynamic center for conservative Judaism in Los Angeles. If you enjoy these podcasts, we invite you to write a review on the Apple Podcast website or wherever you get your podcasts. For more information on Temple Beth Am, Los Angeles, please visit www.tbala.org.